The house had been abandoned for nearly 30 years, standing alone at the edge of the woods like a forgotten relic of something sinister. It was the kind of place children dared each other to run past at night, the kind where windows seemed to watch and doors seemed to sigh. And yet, when Nathan and his wife Emily found it listed for an unbelievably low price, they dismissed the rumors. A fixer-upper, the realtor had called it, his smile too wide, his hands too still. Nothing a little work can't fix. They moved in on the 1st of October. At first, it was the small things. The sound of footsteps when no one was upstairs. The doors that stuck in the morning but swung open freely at night. Then came the whispers. It started with Emily. She was brushing her teeth when she heard it. Soft, almost playful. A whisper against her ear. "Let me in." She spun around, expecting Nathan, but she was alone. The whisper hadn't come from the mirror, nor from the hall. It had come from inside her ear. She told Nathan, laughing it off, but there was a tremble in her voice. He dismissed it. Houses creaked, the wind played tricks. They had spent their savings on the place. There was no turning back now. But then, Nathan heard it too. One night, he woke to a tapping at the bedroom door. He thought it was Emily, but she lay beside him, her breathing slow and deep. He held his breath. "Let me in." The whisper came from the other side of the door. His body turned cold. He reached for the lamp, but the moment light flooded the room, the whisper was gone. In the morning, they found scratches on the inside of the door, long and deep, like fingernails dragged across wood. "Rats," the exterminator said. "Probably nesting in the walls." But rats didn't whisper. They tried to ignore it. But the whispering man did not like to be ignored. The whispers grew louder, more insistent. Emily started sleepwalking, waking up in strange places. Once, curled inside the linen closet, her nails bloodied from scratching at the wood. Nathan found himself standing at the basement door in the middle of the night, unsure how he'd gotten there. One evening, Emily called Nathan at work, her voice barely a breath over the phone. "He was in the mirror," she whispered. Nathan rushed home. Emily was trembling in the living room, staring at the mirror above the fireplace. "He smiled at me," she said. "He has no eyes, but he smiled at me." Nathan didn't want to look, but something about the mirror pulled at him. He took it down that night and smashed it in the backyard. But when he came inside, another mirror hung in its place, identical, spotless, waiting. That night, Emily refused to sleep. She sat in bed, her knees hugged to her chest. And then, at 3 a.m., the bedroom door creaked open. Emily gasped. Nathan reached for his phone, but the screen was dark, dead, though he had charged it before bed. The whisper slithered through the dark. "You shouldn't have done that." The voice was inside the room. Nathan turned on the lamp, but Emily was gone. The sheets were twisted where she had been, her imprint still warm. Then he saw her. She was at the mirror, her reflection staring back at him. But she was not moving. "Emily?" His voice cracked. Her reflection lifted a hand and touched the glass. But Emily did not move. The whispering man grinned from inside the mirror. "Let me in." Nathan lunged, but the reflection did not break. Instead, he watched in horror as Emily was pulled, her body vanishing into the glass, her scream swallowed into the void. The mirror shattered. Emily was gone. The house was empty. No sign of struggle. No sign of her anywhere. The police searched. The neighbors whispered. But in the end, Nathan was alone. Until one night, he heard it. A whisper against his ear. "Let me in." And when he looked into the mirror, he saw Emily staring back. And behind her, the whispering man smiled.